79% of Americans say that they would rather talk to a human than an AI agent. 81% of consumers think that companies use AI just to save on money and not to improve the service. And 41% say that the customer service has gotten worse because of AI. Now hold on to your socks, because now comes the shocking bit. 90% of leadership say it's actually a good thing because they see positive return of investment. So on the one side, customers hate it, and on the other side, business leaders say it's great. These factions can't both be correct at the same time. Or are they? Let's find out in this video. Subscribe if you want to see the honest version of customer experience and AI, including the parts that vendors don't tell you. Before we continue, I implement AI in companies' workflows for a living. This is what I do. I literally sell this stuff. Okay, so I'm a CCXP, customer experience expert. I have over 15 years in the field. I've been a Zendesk consultant for the past 13, and I'm going to be arguing against one of my products that I sell, an AI autonomous customer service agent. And I'm going to tell you exactly when customers are right, I'm going to tell you when executives are right, and I'm going to tell you what separates the AI that customers tolerate versus the one that they think is good. Piece 1 is going to be the case that AI made customer service worse. Let's put on our consumer trousers, because I myself am one, and sometimes I'm angry, and rightfully so. There's multiple points why customers are angry, and I'm going to talk about 3 of them. Point 1 is AI is out there to deflect, not to resolve cases. So the first generation of chatbots, they had one job, and that is to keep you away from a human. So they matched keywords to canned answers or predefined answers or templates. And the moment you went a little bit off course with your question, you got the "sorry, I didn't get that. Can you please rephrase?" Oh my God. That's not customer service. I've talked about this on many occasions on this channel. That is just really bad customer experience. That is just a maze for customers to get lost in and eventually find the minotaur, which is the limit of their patience. And that would just kill it. And the bad part about this is because we've educated customers to expect this. So now they expect everything to be crappy and be based on this type of model. And now when they see a chatbot, they just go human. Take me to a human. Want to talk to a human. And that's just technology's fault being pushed out there by somebody who says it's good enough. Point number 2, the motive is transparent. So an AI interaction costs roughly, let's say, from 25 cents to 50 cents, while a human interaction costs anywhere from $1 to $10, depending on where you live, of course. That is a significant difference. Customers are not stupid. They know about this difference, and when they see this applied in their chatbot or you trying to replace a human and giving them this cheaper option, which is crappier if you don't set it up right, customers feel insulted, and rightfully so. You don't even want to pay a person to help me? Point number 3, the escape hatch disappeared. 89% of customers think that you should always offer a path to talk to a human. And if you go back on this channel and you see the hundreds of videos that I made about this topic, I always say, best practice, just always have an option to talk to a human. I never guided anything other than intuition. Like, just allow people to just talk to people. Nothing complicated, nothing fancy. But anyway, I digress. Now, companies get drunk on deflection metrics. And if a customer just left the conversation there in the chat widget and they didn't call the phone because they probably made the phone number disappear from the website, and as well the email, they just get customers stuck on that chatbot. And if the customers just interact with the bots and they don't do anything else, it means that it's good enough. But those customers don't get their problem resolved most of the time. They just get stuck in a loop. And remember that Minotaur maze from ancient Greece? Yeah. That's not fun. So dear businesses, you didn't automate your business, you automated abandonment and frustration. Congratulations. So if your AI customer experience is based on a 2022 model where you get a decision tree and you don't get the opportunity to talk to a human, then you are correct. That is very frustrating, and I'm with you. I'm a consumer. I freaking hate it. Piece number 2 is going to be why 90% of CX leaders and business leaders see the positive ROI. Now, the executives aren't hallucinating either. They do have 3 things on their desk. Number 1 is the economics are real. The average return is anywhere from $3 to $3.50 for $1 invented. So that's a 3 to 3.5x return on investment. Now, this is because these AIs have been subsidized for so long and they've been kept cheap on purpose. But you'll see, these prices are going to jack up real fast. We've created Flint AI, which is an autonomous agent inside Zendesk, and it's also an assistant for customer service reps. And you can choose Gemini models, you can choose OpenAI models, you can choose Claude models now. And we're seeing OpenAI announcing us that they are going to eliminate GPT-5, GPT 5.1, GPT 5.2, which used to be the cheap models. So starting December, they're going to only allow access to GPT 5.4, which is at least 5 times more expensive than the models we used to be able to use. Anyway, the economics make sense now. They won't make sense next year. You'll see. So return on investment is good. Then they saw response times dropping 6 times, like first response time dropping from 6 hours to a few minutes, and then resolution time dropping from 32 hours to 30 minutes. And if you run a customer service operation, these are not marginal improvements. This is a different sport altogether. So second point here, the technology genuinely changed. So this is the part where angry customers have not caught up with. The bots the customers hated from 5 years ago that had to match keywords had an intent accuracy of maybe 60%, meaning that the AI would recognize the intent of the customer in maybe 60% of the cases. While now the modern LLMs have over 92% accuracy. So they don't just match keywords, they understand the context, they handle ambiguity, they can perform tasks, they can look up an order, process a refund, they can reschedule your delivery, etc. And the gap between what used to be 2021 and now 2026 is immense. So customers don't know about this, and that's okay. And because I have a bias, because I work in this environment and I set this up every day with my team and we have our own product, I know by talking to businesses what are the simple use cases and what are the complex ones. The problem is customers don't know their issue is complex or is simple. And obviously they don't know. For example, just processing a return. Now think about it. A question like, I just want to process this return. Why is this so complicated? I'm a customer, right? And then the business is like, okay, look, so I have your email in one system, I have your order in another system, and then I have the tracking and return in another system. So I have to connect 3 systems together through an API, through MCP tools, whatever. And I have to give all this information to an AI tool and give it a process that it follows and that it processes your refund. A customer's like, why is this so complicated? It's not complicated if you break it down. A simple question would be, why can't I turn my damn phone on? All right, the AI can just go read up a knowledge base article, come back with a photo and screenshot and say, hey, this is how you do it. And then, oh, right, this is super simple. Anyway, small parenthesis, I went off course. Sorry. Then there's the third piece, which might offend some people. The third piece here is customers are contradicting themselves, at least what surfaces in the data. But again, that's fine. They're the ones with the money. It's best we just keep their interest making things simple for them, not us just putting the burden on them. That's very bad customer experience. That's why you get crappy AI systems, because people just like, oh, well, they don't understand. Well, obviously, and nor should they. By the way, if you enjoy the content, I'd be really grateful if you subscribe to this YouTube channel and you let me know what you think in the comments, and I will get back to you. I'd be really grateful, and thank you so much. There's 79% of customers that say that they prefer humans, but 62% of them say that they prefer to talk to an AI instead of waiting. And 74% prefer a bot for simple queries. And you see how these headbutt each other? What is it? Do you want to talk to a human, or do you prefer to not wait and get an answer quick from a simple query? But this comes back to what I said earlier. Customers don't know what a simple query is and what a complex one is. A fix that we do in our Flint AI autonomous agent that is connected to Zendesk, you get a very good marriage from the base plan of Zendesk to get a ticketing system, like amazingly good. And then you get Flint AI and you get a perfect tool for 1 to 10 agents. It cannot replace the Zendesk AI because they have hundreds of developers and they are built for complexity. While for smaller teams, you don't need that much complexity and you don't want to break the bank either. So what we do is in the agent instructions, we just put and say, okay, if you sense the customer is stressed or a negative tone, or for example, for billing questions or for estimates or for legal stuff, just escalate to a human. Just don't try to engage, just escalate. And of course, you can edit this to your preference. You maybe want refunds, all right, directly to escalate to a human, right? You just put it in the agent instructions, very easily talk to the AI and tell it this. And you get escalations, and that's how you define the difficult cases. Like, okay, it's a difficult case. Let's send it to a human because they do that well. So if we break this point down, the real preference for customers isn't I need a human versus I don't want an AI. It's have I gotten my stuff solved or not? Nobody has ever ended a conversation after 40 seconds and everything was solved and think, oh man, I didn't get a human. No, you'd be like, oh wow, that was quick, cool, let's move on. Okay, piece 3 is going to be the reconciliation. It's not the AI. It's the implementation. So here's my take. 15 years of experience, CCXP. Point 1 is AI didn't make customer service worse. Lazy implementation did. And I'm looking at you, business owners, customer service managers, customer experience managers. But look, there is a really small side note that I have to make here in business people's defense. They were led to believe by the marketing people of AI stuff that AI could just do everything and just enable it. It will know how to do stuff. You don't need procedures. You don't need a knowledge base. You don't need historical data. So the AI is smart. Just put it out there because we're lazy and the marketing people said it will do everything for us. And surprise, surprise, it didn't and it won't. It's best to look at this from an ROI perspective. So coming back to it, we said about 3.5x return on investment for each dollar. Well, top performers get an 8x return on investment on every dollar invested. But they dive into it. They raise up their sleeves and they do processes and they write them down. They have knowledge base that is, up to date and they make sure it is. And they have historical ticket data and they have somebody dig it out and they centralize it and they put it into an AI that is very sensitive nowadays and they're doing very well. A secret. Come closer. Come closer. But here's the thing. You have to make the commitment that you want this, and then you wake up every day and you do it. And that's where you get the results. Before I become a nuisance and everybody hates me on this channel because I'm so pedantic maybe. So here's some ways to go around this. So one way of doing this is to design for resolution, not just for deflection. Okay? You just don't want tickets to be deflected to save on money. You just want to resolve a case. So if your primary AI metric is deflection, you're already on the wrong path. Deflection actually counts the customers who give up, so keep that in mind. Resolution rate, however, counts customers who got their issues resolved. So top implementations measure resolution, customer satisfaction by interaction or customer effort score, escalation quality, and you're going to be blown away, but these don't measure how many humans we got rid of. Second practical tip, the human path is sacred. So as I mentioned a bit earlier, the AI has to have clear instructions when it should escalate, and it follows those steps beautifully. If it recognizes something to do with legal, warranty, or refunds, I don't know what is specific to your business, or the customer is stressed and has a negative tone, immediately send them to a human. You don't need any loops to ask them like, are you sure? No, man, just send them to a human directly. Very mature like. Have accountability for her. Yes, sir, I will send you to a human right away. Because you know what that does to you? It creates trust. And people love that stuff. And they get out their wallet next time because they trust you. And tip number 3 here is start with the AI actually wins. Order status, password resets, FAQ level questions. How do I turn it on? How do I turn it off? Best practices. What does this go well with from your repertoire of other products? This is where modern AI agents resolve 65 to 85% of queries. This because it takes 40 seconds instead of 40 minutes. Everybody will be happy with these. Don't point your bot to the most angriest customers who have the most complex issues. That's very counterintuitive for anyone. It's common sense, at least to me. Let me know if it is to you. I want to know in the comments because I don't want you to end up with a screenshot on Reddit like check out how crappy these guys were. And fourth point here, be transparent. Over 50% of people can tell when they're talking to an AI. I mean, come on, just let them know I'm an AI assistant and I can help you with simple queries. If I can't, I'll just send you to a human. So go ahead, fire it up. If I know how to do it, I'll do it fast. If not, I'll just escalate you. And now piece 4 is the uncomfortable truth for both sides. So to the customers, the AI you've grown to hate doesn't exist anymore. Not in serious operations, not in serious companies. The companies that still run that old model of decision tree in 2026, they don't have an AI problem. They have a we don't care about you problem. So maybe just take your valued dollars, your valued money, and spend them somewhere else. Be wise. And now to the executives. Your 90% positive ROI number can coexist with your customers hating you. Just get used to it. You're saving great money, but you're losing great business as well. And 72% of customers say they will switch to a competitor after 2 negative brand experiences. So if your AI is generating bad experiences at scale, the ROI dashboard is incomplete. It's lying to you. The companies winning today are not the ones asking like how much of support can we automate? They're asking how many problems can we solve faster? How many problems can we solve before we upset our customers? Different questions, different nuances, different outcomes. So is AI making customer service worse? For companies that deployed a cost-cutting wall, yes, and the customers are leaving. For companies that deployed it as a resolution engine and has a human safety net, their customers can't tell the difference anymore, and they're still buying from them. So if you run a customer service team and you're somewhere in between these, I do this for a living. There's a link in the description. You can find ways to contact me. I'll also show a video here of the best marriage of a kick-ass customer service tool like Zendesk Plus or Flint AI, best for 1 to 10 agents if you don't want to break the bank. I can also show you a video about how to set up Zendesk Advanced AI, which is a different game, different complexity for higher complexity businesses. I will see you in the next one. Bye.